Greetings.
We're on a stage.
Yeah. We've like played stages this big.
Yeah. We have.
Well, shall we commence?
Yeah, man.
Let's do it. Okay, so Roxana from Lakeville, where are you at?
Hi.
Hello.
So my question for you guys
Jinx.
is, hello? Hi. What's your favorite prank you've pulled on a significant other?
I'm not a huge prank guy because it's coming back around. That's actually kind of a touring thing. A lot of bands, last day of tour, will prank each other. I don't know who started this, but it seems to
Beatles.
be the Beatles. It seems to be a universal thing. There's actually a strict no prank rule on our tour, because they usually take it too far. Like the opening band will come up on stage and like ruin a part of the song, but we have like fire up there, and they shouldn't just be running up there without talking to us first. So it's just never a good idea.
Yeah, and if it's like a significant other, then also when does it, like who wins? When does it end? It's just forever. You're getting pranked the rest of your life. Yeah, neither of us have really liked pranks, so we just kind of do no pranks.
Nixed it. There is a rule. I don't love being scared either. You know, just like the pop around the corner and scare you. Some people love doing that to people. I have a strict no scare policy in my house, but anywhere else in the world is okay. And my wife, Jenna, takes full advantage of that. So anytime we're traveling, she'll try to find any corner she can find and pop out of it. She thinks that she's getting away with it because the thing that she yells to scare me is, "I don't mean to scare you," which in turn scares me. So very frustrating.
All right, Steffi in Minneapolis.
Hi. My question is, if you created a personal YouTube channel, what would be your niche, and music can't be an option?
Probably prank channel.
That sounds perfect. I would love to get into YouTubing and get into pranking. Yeah, it could be a channel on like figuring out how to prank.
Yeah,
Like
pranking
learning-
for
like
dummies.
learning, yeah.
101.
We'd learn how to prank and then teach you.
You would see from the beginning of our YouTube channel us being really bad at pranking, and then years later we become masters.
Like we go from like popping around the corner being saying, "I don't mean to scare you," to like years later being like, "Totally mean to scare you." We've learned.
Big shift.
All right, Megan in New Hope, where are you at?
Hi, guys.
Hi.
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 Congrats on your new nephew.
Oh, thank you. Yeah,
saw
my
that.
sister just had a baby last night.
Yeah, she posted it this morning, so.
I didn't do anything, so
No, but
I don't know.
congrats.
You don't have to clap for me.
Congrats. Well, my question is actually about your significant others, sort of.
Okay.
So we have a couple songs that are in honor of your wife, Jenna. I know, Josh, you don't sing, but we have no songs in honor of Debbie.
The
So
drum
my-
beats are.
The drum beats are.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
excellent. But my question is, under what circumstances would you allow Tyler to sing a song for Debbie?
The song what?
For Debbie.
Oh, that's pretty weird.
Yeah, I would probably say zero circumstances.
Yeah, I would say probably zero. Yeah, I don't know. I think that
When you play the drums, though, if you were to put a mic, like if you had a headset mic on, which eventually,
someday,
when
maybe.
we're older, and that's cool to do, with every time he hits a drum, he's saying a syllable that's in her name.
yeah.
Yeah. De,
Or like the
Beat.
snare's a D.
Yeah.
The rack tom's a
beat.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
So
That's good.
we'll work on it.
Yeah. Throw something in there.
All right, Taylor in Plymouth, where are you at?
If you could be any member of a TV sitcom family, who would it be and why?
I might be Ross. I feel like I relate to him in a lot of ways.
That's a good one. Maybe I would be Peter Griffin.
What a bright guy.
I don't really feel like I relate to him that much, but it just seems like an interesting life.
Mm.
Next up, we got Lincoln from Minneapolis.
What's up, Lincoln?
Hi.
Hey.
what inspired you? What inspired you guys to keep your lyrics clean?
Or what?
Your lyrics clean.
Clean?
Yeah.
Oh, we curse all day long, right? So we needed a moment where it's like, let's just not curse here. It's getting too dirty. The paint's coming off the walls. No, actually, that is a good question, Lincoln. I think that a lot of times profanity or cursing, I wouldn't say that it necessarily offends me. Surprisingly, I grew up, even though I grew up in a conservative, great household, that does not mean that I was not introduced to cursing and swear words early on and really my whole life. But I kind of always thought that swearing was something that you use when you've run out of ways to describe how you feel. It's almost like a last resort. And there are moments where it feels right to let one of those words out. Maybe it's anger or pain, but when you're creating something like a song, where the whole point of you writing that song is to explore new ways of explaining or talking about something that you feel. The idea of using a swear word or curse word or whatever you would call it, it feels like a cop-out. It feels like not taking advantage of exploring a better way of describing how you feel. So,
They're all in the drum beats, though.
yeah. And believe me,
Listen closely.
if you ever get that headset mic, it's going to be dirty.
Curse City.
Next question.
No one who actually curses a lot says Curse City.
Throwing them off.
All right, next question's from Justin in Minneapolis.
When you guys get ready to make new music, what is one strategy you always seem to take?
Did you come up with that question? Yeah. So you spoke for your dad there. Okay.
Did you ask about the cursing, too?
That was all him. That was actually
All Lincoln.
strategy. There's a lot of strategies that we can take when wanting to write new music. A lot of times lyrics can come first when I write poetry. Most of the time for me, a melody or chords on a piano come first. The excitement of learning a new instrument is usually met with new songs. So I started learning how to play the bass guitar not too long ago and wrote a bunch of songs because I was learning a new instrument. I think a lot of musicians and artists feel like they need to convince you that they're really good at what they do. I've found when you're okay with understanding where your limits are, like maybe I'm not the best bass guitar player or the best piano player or the best songwriter, but inside of that, I know that what it is that I'm doing, no one else is doing. And Josh and I both kind of bonded over that, where we aren't necessarily technically the most skilled musicians or know the most about gear or different ways to record music better. I think that when you start playing music in a local scene, that's kind of that can be intimidating. You feel like, well, I don't deserve to be playing music on this small stage with other local musicians because they seem to think that, they're really good and they're an amazing guitarist, or they know all about the microphones and what their names are. All these things that I felt like I needed to, back away from. And then when I met Josh, I really felt like my, boldness, fearlessness really stepped up, where it didn't matter if I knew what the best guitar tones were, or I knew the best way of writing a song, or I could play my instrument the best out of anyone else. My value from what I was bringing was the songs that we were writing and the things that we were talking about and the shows we were playing were different from anything else that we'd seen locally when we were playing just in our hometown. And so I always encourage local artists and musicians, don't let the fear of thinking that everyone that's around you is in some way more talented or more educated get in the way of you creating and writing a song that would not exist if you didn't do it yourself?
Next one we got is from Sarah in Minneapolis.
Hi.
What's up?
What's
Hey,
up?
Sarah.
Hi. I'm going to read this verbatim, sorry. Guys, the people want to know, how did you actually meet?
Did you write this? It's kind of a long story. But it's boring.
Well, just tell them. It's at the mall.
Yeah. So we were both working on like starting up separate YouTube channels,
Yeah.
and we both like had similar ideas to go and do like pranking videos online, and we would like prank people. And so
I worked at Annie Ann's,
yeah.
and that's kind of, you were working at, was it Hollister?
Yeah.
And so whenever you were on break
Yeah.
to get lunch,
I
you
always came over to.
You always swung by,
Annie's.
and I was always like, "This isn't lunch. This is like a snack."
Yeah.
And you
But
were
to
like,
me it was because I ate like six,
"A
seven.
lot, a
yeah.
lot of pretzels."
Yeah. Yeah, we would like we kind of like would say hi a
Yeah.
lot.
I knew he was starting a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Like it was mostly how to fold clothes properly.
Yeah.
He was just cranking those videos out all the time. I remember being really, I don't know, intimidated by how many videos you were able to release.
Really?
Yeah, and all I was doing was like pretzel folding strategy.
Yeah. Which I'm still
But I only released,
impressed.
thank you,
Like they look
thank you.
really tough.
Yeah, I only released like 2 videos.
Well, I feel like there's a lot of the different type of folding
Yeah.
clothes, but a pretzel just like it's like kind of the same classic pretzel
Right.
look.
Yeah, but there's many variations of. See, what I love about this is you guys think that we are crunched for time because we have a show tonight.
I mean, there's hours to go.
We're going to go to our room and sit around and wait. So we'd much rather be up here talking about a story that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So, and then we decided to start a band.
Yeah.
There you go.
And then I deleted all my YouTube videos.
Yeah, me too.
I think we all know how to fold a shirt.
One of my favorite things to do is to, when the host of these events is trying to move things along, literally start talking right when he starts talking.
It's a good bit.
Yeah?
May I?
Yeah, go ahead. We can do
Okay.
the next question.
Our next one's from Anne from Northfield.
Ann.
If you had your own reality TV show, what would it be called and why?
If we had our own reality TV show,
Folding with the boys.
it'd be riveting.
Yeah. We've already learned that nobody subscribes to that. Reality show?
I don't know. Yeah, I guess
Two happy boys.
something about, just live, like, how long could you live in a mall? And just, kind of like Bear Grylls style, but it's just in a mall.
Yeah.
You like cover yourself with mud for some reason, but you're just in a mall and you're eating bugs, but you're in a mall and you shouldn't be eating bugs.
There's plenty of.
So it would be a reality TV show where we think we're in the wilderness when really we're just in a mall.
The mall here, though, would be perfect one. The Mall of America.
Yeah, probably stay in there for weeks.
Easy.
Yeah. Anyway, glad you guys are asking such great questions.
Yeah.
We got our next one from Haley in Wisconsin. Where are you at, Haley?
Oh my gosh. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Don't mess up.
I won't. What is one habit the other has on the road that drives the other crazy?
I hate when Tyler sings.
Can't help it.
No, I don't.
What is it? What do you think it is? I mean, there is a reason. People have asked us about, like, do we fight, and what are the arguments we would have? I mean, the truth is, there's a reason why this worked. It's because we're pretty like-minded. We don't fight all the time. We don't have a lot of differences.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like we do things pretty similarly too.
Yeah.
Also, over the years and figuring out what gets annoying, we've just fixed those things.
Yeah. Like, he used to not like Russell Crowe.
For no reason.
I fixed that.
Yeah, it's all fixed. It's all good, and I like him now. So that annoyance that you had is gone now.
I used to not love candles. Fixed. I love candles now.
Done.
So we just, every night after a show, we light a bunch of Yankee candles and put on Gladiator.
Yeah, throw on a Russell Crowe.
So.
Madeline in St. Paul.
Hey.
Hi.
Hello.
So if you could live inside a video game, which one would it be?
Live inside a video game.
Like we never get out, even if we win the
Forever.
video game.
I would pick Zelda Breath of the Wild. Seems like you could live there pretty peacefully. Most video games would not give you a peaceful existence. There's usually something trying to eat you or something. Breath of the Wild was a game that I enjoyed because I found there's actually this is so nerdy. There's like really great sound design in that game where when you're in a forest, you can hear all different types of birds and creatures. And there's one bird sound in the game that they must have taken that's probably I don't know what kind of bird it is. But that same bird also makes that sound in my backyard. And every once in a while, I'll nudge my wife, be like, "That's the bird from Zelda." She'll be like, "What are you talking about?" I don't know. It's the bird. And so in a way, I guess I kind of already feel like I kind of live there. So I like the woods.
That's like one of the few video games that I've played.
Breath of the Wild?
It's good.
Yeah. So you would pick that too? We could be neighbors.
Yeah. We could go listen to the birds together.
Yeah. Not get any of the challenges done.
Yeah.
Just listen to birds.
Yeah. But if you win though, then you're just dead, I guess.
Carlin from Plymouth. Carlin, where are you at?
Hi. What
Hello.
emoji best describes you or your personality?
I'm not an emoji guy.
We don't really use emojis all that much.
I don't use them a lot.
It's just like such a hassle to search for them.
I don't use exclamation points very often either. I'm just rattling off things I'm not.
You're just a period.
Yeah. Yeah, I am. Done.
That's cool.
Finished with what I'm saying.
Dude, that's cool.
Thanks, man.
I'm probably I guess I'd probably be the emoji with the huge hard eyes.
Yeah. I might be
Not.
the one that is kind of smiling. Like one side of his
Yeah,
face
it's like
is smiling.
Like a smirk.
You don't know if he's like constipated or happy. He was just about to talk again.
I did it. I knew.
Are we in a standoff?
I'll just be the United States flag.
Okay.
All right, now our next question is from Aaron in Richfield.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hello.
All right, if you could invent a new holiday, what would it be celebrating?
Milk.
Milk?
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like it doesn't get enough attention.
At this point, we might as well have a National Milk Day.
Yeah.
There is like a day for everything else.
Be called MILK Day. I think we should celebrate electricity. I don't think we realize how important that is until it's gone. So maybe like one day we don't do any electricity.
Yeah, just turn it
Just to
all off.
kind of like remind us
So we
of
can
how
appreciate
awesome it is.
Wow.
What would it be called?
Electricity.
See, that's why we're such a good team. Cool.
Yeah.
We'll see you there.
What day is it?
What day is it?
Yeah. It's got to be when it's like warm, I feel like.
Yeah.
Spring. Not too hot, not too cold, because you want the temperature regulation. Or maybe it'll make us appreciate it even more. It's like February 3rd.
Yeah, I don't know about that. May 4th. No one talks about that day.
Yeah. May 4th, Electricity Day. That's your birthday? We'll enjoy no electricity on that day.
Yeah. Hope your birthday party consists of just wilderness.
Our next question's from Allie from Bloomington.
Hi, love your sweatshirt. You guys look great.
Thanks.
You look great too.
I mean,
you know.
This isn't going so well for you.
Go ahead.
If you guys had to name your own secret language, what would it be?
I guess it has to have like ish on the end of it, right?
Yeah, probably. And we only know it.
We have not created our own language. That just seems like a question out of left field. And honestly, you seem to think Josh was looking better than me today, so I am not going to answer. Good luck.
First, we'll come up with the language, and then we'll come up with the name. So we haven't come up with the language yet.
Ticklish.
I'm in.
Just a laughing language. Just laughing at different intervals and
Pitches,
yeah.
speeds.
It'd be hilarious.
I like that.
We got our next one from Josh from Lakeville.
Thanks for being here, guys.
Thanks.
If you could choose a Halloween costume for each other next week, what's the most ridiculous one you would choose for each other?
For each other.
I think I've celebrated Halloween like 2 times.
I would make you dress up like me in the blurry face era.
Yeah, I used to do that all the time after the show.
Do you got one for me?
Maybe that bird from Zelda.
Okay. Just a giant bird costume. There you go. Happy Halloween.
Yeah.
And then we got our final question from Hannah from Plymouth.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Okay. How often do the two of you get together on breaks, like just to be buddies? That's my question.
First, can you tell him that his jacket looks good?
Thanks. Whatever.
Oh, that's so nice of you. Wow.
Buddies. Actually, just the other day, we
Yeah,
had a
we
day
had-
off, and you came over to my house, and we hung out. Didn't talk about music once. It was great.
I
then
ate
they-
spaghetti at your parents' house.
You did. You came over to my parents.
And I had like 6 plates of spaghetti. And we talked about how like every time I get like invited to have dinner somewhere, I don't know why, but I eat so much of it. And then I had like 3 or 4 cookies.
Yeah, you had a good time. So,
yeah.
yeah, we're still friends.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Josh and Tyler. Let's give them a round of applause.
Thank you.